All right, let's see who's logging in here. Okay. All right, I got Kara here. We can start now. We got somebody to watch us do our thing. All right. We are in and loading in. We'll do a quick sound check for all of you out there. All right. It was this the president. Let's do this. Is he live right now? All right, Jay. Let's get after it then. Make it worth your while best we can, brother. All right. Well, welcome to week 3, day 1 for our level 1 Krav Maga program. Tonight's overall focus is looking at the round kick work for you today. A couple different applications for the round kick, some straight punch work. We might touch on the eye gouge a little bit. We're going to spend time going through a nifty fatigue drill for you. I'm sure you've played it before. We're going to work our punches from standing, on our back, from knees, just all kinds of fun, different combative ways to apply that. Then we're going to get into our defensive tactic this week, our vertical inside defense against that straight attack, and we'll be applying those looks for you. We'll wrap up today with our frontside bear hug, and it'll just be a great time for a great Monday, and let's get after it. So come together and get loose, good neck rolls, getting loose. Remember, just do half circles, don't do full circles. Some of you might be old enough to slip a disc. Talking to you, Pat McBride. Shout out to Pat McBride. And shoulders back. I think it's funny. It is. Yeah, he'll get on. He normally doesn't miss. It's kind of odd that he should. But somebody check on Pat. He doesn't miss class. He doesn't miss class ever. Cross. He might be on his bike. What else is he gonna do all day? And good hip rolls. Ugh. Other direction. Getting loose. All right, and good knee rolls. Roll the knees out. Other direction. Getting loose. Good ankle roll, quick and fast. Work that balance in somewhere. And other side. Yeah, the hard balance time today. All right, here we go. 15 seconds per. We'll just start in place, just right where you are. Just get the body going. Just light jog. Light, easy jog. 5 seconds left. Just a light, easy jog. And knees up a little higher now. Walk that body up a little more. Time to wake up. 5 seconds. And lean forward, pull those knees back and feet back. Hope everyone's Easter was good. Hope you're going to work some of the Easter off with us right now. It was a little too good. And side shuffles. Go. I think I left the screen. And back to jog. Just easy work, easy work. And knees up now. Come on, crank them out. This is the hard part. 5 seconds. Come on, Jay. And butt kicks. And doubles. Time. Whew. All right. Here's kind of thinking here today, huh? Shoulder tag. Yeah, and go. No. Knee tags. Ready to go. What was that? Stir the pot. Time. Okay, either one. Ready? Go. Ear. No. Time. Great, you got it ear. Okay, so this is combative work. Combatives are ballistic attacks we use to neutralize a threat. Tonight's combative work, starting with the round kick first. Now, the idea for the round kick, when you're setting up for that round kick, look, can you go with me? The goal is, we're talking about the kick coming from around. So we have our front kick from a couple weeks ago, and then the round kick, toes are going to point. I'm going to jam up with my shin into the dorsal of my foot, and the kick breaks down in 2 steps. Step 1, my front foot has to initiate the pivot. What I mean by that is take my front foot and take an outward step. This creates that immediate momentum for my hip to turn over. So I'm going to make my round kick happen. As the leg lifts and makes contact, it lets the hip roll over and make contact through. Now I've got some options to work with. Option 1 plays low into the calf. Option 2 plays into the quad. Option 3 plays a little higher into the rib line and the hip. I don't want to go too much higher than that if I get capable, okay? The head kicks are viable, but as great as head kicks are for contact, they also have, they have their place. Don't get me wrong. But I want to be able to get my leg back under me, and I also don't want to risk the kick being too slow, being caught, their ability to read it. There's too much happening for a head kick. So we'll keep it low and on purpose today. So again, the idea is 2-step process. 1, the front foot steps off, okay, that pivot step that allows the rest of the body to follow over. When it does, my hip and my shoulder pull together to make that contact, okay, where I need to go, into the leg or into the shin, okay? So hands up, ready, face this way. Now I'm going to work facing the camera. Actually, I'll turn around from the camera, okay? With your right leg back, we'll work the round kick, 2-step process. Break down with me. Step 1, step off, turn the foot. Step 2, jam the kick up. Step 1, turn the foot. Step 2, jam the kick up. Get that body to fully rotate over. I'm spinning in place without a target, and that's just ensuring that I'm getting the proper rotation of my body in the kick, okay? And step off the line, have the foot turn, jam. Let's do the other leg, same idea. Ready? Step off the line. It's not going to work. Get back up. Okay, step off the line, or here, switch out. There we go. Step off the line and jam. Rotate that body over. My goal doing that at home is to have my foot go right back to the spot it started in at the start of that kick. Step off the line and jam. Pull it all over and through. One more time. Step off the line and jam. Draw that foot over. Make that contact, okay? So to a target, here's our look. I got old Bessie in here, I'll call it. Nice big target. Okay. And the idea is that hard jam up. Another thing that happens with the round kick is as I make that contact with the round kick, because I'm stepping off the line and getting the body to rotate, if they're coming forward with that straight contact, this allows me to incorporate my slip work and my cover work into my kick, leaving them exposed. So, for example, come forward again, Brittany. Throw your cross punch at me. Something as simple as being here. That foot allowing me to step my body off the line and then incorporate that round kick into that function. So I've got that other idea as well. So kind of twofold reasons. One, that stepping point to get the hip started and the shoulder started. Two, getting me off the line to make contact. So I'm not trying to hit while being on line, which means they're not going to counter punch me in the middle of my movement. So, okay, both and. All right. So step off. There's my jam up. Okay. We're going to rock this 3 on each side. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Other side, same idea. Ready, go. See how my foot turns off? Ready, go. Ready, go. That's the idea. That full step, big power over. Deliver that shoulder and hip into the look. All the way around and through. The next combat we cover today is our straight punch work. Now, we've talked about them till I'm blue in the face. Let's talk about them again. Because as easy as they are to do well and get right, it's also so easy to build so many habits that can create challenges for you while working them, right? The rule of thumb is should be simple. All punches incorporate the 4 R's. Reach, rotation, retraction, and reset, okay? So the hands up are ready. The idea being, if I'm coming in to throw my front hand jab, I always want you to think incorporating front hand as a 6-inch step. So my back foot pushes, and my front foot comes forward 6 inches. The back hand is a rotate off that back hip. So chin down, hands up. As I go to incorporate my jab, stepping 6 inches straight. This is the idea. Closing the gap here. My frame is still up. Got my posture behind me, and I'm jamming that jab in. Notice how my chin is down. I'm utilizing my shoulder for protection as well. Hand ready. As I go to draw the next hand in, my lead hand pulls back, and I rotate over for the back hand, same extension, same look, same line. So without bringing the punch into, I've got my jab, I've got my punch, right? Reach, rotation, retraction, and reset. A common practice mistake we make, and I'm guilty of it also, is getting that hand to go out and leaving it extended too long, right? I'd much rather build the habit of having the hands close to the face more than I want them out. Once the punch is extended, for however long it's extended, that period of time, even if you've made contact, okay, exposes you and leaves you open and vulnerable. You are much more in control with your hands in tight and your chin down than you are with your hand exposing you, making you vulnerable. So I want you to have the hand back by the face more than you have it out in front of you. So it's just as important as it is to reach with the punch as it is to retract the punch and bring it back and bring it back and bring it back. This is the idea. So hands up, ready? 6-inch step on the front foot, rotate on the back foot. Jab on the front hand, cross on the back hand. Ready? Jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. Okay, again, we'll put Bessie back out. Work this idea with you guys right now. So jab and cross. Hands are up, body's ready. You hold for me. I'll let you do the next thing. Okay. Same idea, same play. We're going to work the jab and we're going to work the cross. Now notice when I'm hitting this, even though it's a heavy bag, and I still want to work on my follow through, my extension, what I don't want is I want to get the habit of pushing with my punch. Okay? It needs to concuss and come back. So if I get that nice drive out of the hand, beautiful. But I'm not going to let the hand linger in extension to get that drive. I want to make my contact and get it back. Reach, rotation, retraction. So important in the reset. So hands up, ready? Let's work just our jab hand 5 times. Ready? Stay with me on it. Chin down, hands up, and jab. Get that hand back. Jab. Brittany, you call jab. Work the cross hand on your call. And again, getting that hand back. It's so much more muscle and body mechanic to get that hand to go back. Because it's so natural to want to hit that bag and have the hand drop. Right? I want contact and right back where I came from. It's getting it in that's the hard part. Getting it out's easy. Bringing it back is what's going to be the most difficult part to get right. Let's work a jab cross on go. On go. Excellent. Okay? That's the idea. I don't want to just get my hand out. I got to get it back. It's so crucial to making that mechanic effective for you, keeping you safe, and making you extremely more dangerous in the process. Because again, if my hands are pulled back, I can use them. If they're out here, I can't use them. Let's have fun now. Time for your fatigue drill. This week's fatigue drill, you can roll it out. Our fatigue drill simulates energy depletion you feel in an actual confrontation. Tonight's fatigue drill is our straight punch drill. So incorporating those straight punches in our work. The idea here is we'll go from standing, from kneeling, and from your back. If you have a partner at home who can do the commands for you, great. If not, face the camera with me, work those hands to the air, and follow those commands. Let's talk about a couple of looks real quick before we start. So from standing, it's simple enough. She drives it, hands on, retracted hands, just big, big hands. From a knee, she drops down to her knee and commits the same look, getting those shoulders still to rotate. From her back, it changes. From the back, now we're going to do a pushover. Stay there, I'm working on top of you. Okay, from the back, she has to use one hand to press up and keep the space. If she's trying to punch without pressing, then what happens is it's getting pressed into her and she's not getting the move that she needs. In order to make that straight punch effective, she has to push off, create the space, create the guard, and then drive that hand into the target from there. She can switch hands and play the same look, but this becomes our look and our idea. You got it? Okay, so from home, give the command. 60 seconds. Are you ready? You got it. You got it. And just remember, this is forever. Okay. All right. Set. Ready. Go. We're on. Good. 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 Keep going. Knee. Drive those hands. Drive those hands. Drive those hands. You're doing great. Drive those hands. Work those hands. Work those hands. Work those hands. And back. Go on the back. Push off. Push off. Push off. Good. Other hand. Push, push, push. Get up, get up, get up. You're doing great. Keep working those hands hard, hard and quick. Come on, come on. You're halfway. Good, good, good. Take a knee. Keep going. Jam those hands, jam those hands. Breathe. Breathe and work, breathe and work, breathe and work. Good, good, good. Stand up again. Come on. Come on, you're doing great. Come on. Come on, breathe and work, breathe and work. Give her some claps, guys. Give her some encouragement. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Take a knee again. Let's go. Almost. Almost. You're doing great. You're doing great. Come on, drive it out. Drive it on your back. Let's get it done. Last bits, last bits. Push it off. Drive me off. Drive me off. Drive me off. Drive me off. Other side. Drive me off. Drive me off. Drive me off. One more time over here. Drive me off. Drive me off. Time. That's great. You made it look good. All right. Give her some big hands. Give us some likes on that, guys. That was great. Good job, Brittany. All right. Good job, Coach Hamill. Take just 1 minute. Get some water. We're going to get some water. We'll come right back. All right, I'm back. Pat McBride made it. He must have finished his bike ride. Yikes. Okay. All right. All right. Hey, Mike. Okay, so now we're going to feed into your defensive tactics for the week. Methods we use to deflect, intercept, or evade an oncoming attack. This week's tactic is our vertical inside defense designed to defend against the straight punch. Okay, so we're going to come together. We're going to work the mechanic and the idea The function here is just for you to have that immediate ability to quickly parry and remove that straight attack. Now, again, this is extremely specific. We're talking about straight punches. Maybe they have a blade and they're stabbing. Maybe they have some kind of tool and they're jamming, but it's that straight line we're working at, meaning it's inside the box. Okay, so I have my box. We have different types for outside the box. You've seen them work on our covers, our exterior blocks, but this inside the box work is everything in here. Now, a couple of things are going to happen first of all. Like I mentioned last week, or week before last, during our reflexive covers, the most important function here is going to be understanding our zone and being able to defend while maintaining proper distance. Because if you control the distance, you control the timing, you control when the contact happens, you control the flow. There's a lot that you're in control of if you can be the one to manage the distance. We measure our distance by yellow zone. Yellow zone is when we're both one step out of contact, or if I'm 2 steps out of contact. So from here, there's contact, and we'll both take a step back. That would be the equivalent of me just backing up 2 steps, right? And find that natural yellow zone. What that means is, if she steps into the line of scrimmage to engage, put your yellow, back up. Okay, if she steps into the line of scrimmage to engage, and she throws a hand up for me, I have that extra cushion to be able to determine when to engage, or to create space, or to cut and break angles. Whatever needs to happen from there, I get to make that decision based on my range and distance between the two of us. That makes sense, I hope. Okay? So setting up on the yellow zone again, what's going to happen is I want you to understand its corresponding line. The odds are someone's going to come and punch at me, and they're going to punch with their right hand. Why? Most people are right-handed. I'm going to have Catherine and Karen, they're going to be like, oh, I'm left-handed. Well, you guys are weird. Okay? On the right-hand punch coming toward me, again, and the odds are also it's going to be coming to the face. Why? Right? Because the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? And if I'm going to crush someone, I'm going to crush them in their soul, not just in their, not just in their chest. No, you don't punch them in the arm. Punch them where it counts. Nose, eyes, cheek, right? Here's the reality. So many variables at play here, right? Her height, my height, her range, my range, her attack speed, my ability to respond and react, our measured distance between us, wind speed, floor elevation, whatever variable you want to throw into this mix. There's so many. The odds are that straight punch now hits somewhere between the solar plexus, and the top of the head, okay? Coincidentally and ergonomically, that's a predictive word, okay? That's roughly fingertip to elbow, okay? So throw the jab for me. Great. So fingertip to elbow. So I've got that nice range from the solar plexus up to the top of the head. Turn those fingers tight together and bring in the forearm forward, using the inside line of the forearm to deflect and remove the punch, okay? So from a static position, without taking any steps right now, the idea, if she throws her front hand, then my corresponding same side hand comes across and presses from the outside, not from the inside, from the outside. So I'm a Taekwondo guys, we got to adjust that game, okay? From the backhand, same idea. I correspond work against that straight punch. Coming right to the nose, correspond the block, or correspond the block. If she backs up now, creating distance, the next main goal here is not just to remove the punch, but I want to make sure it's clear enough for me to where it's no longer a threat to me. I do that by 2 steps. One, I'm going to bring that block in front of my face and nose. Be careful. You can over-rotate. And by over-rotating, it gives them more ability to respond. I'll show you, okay? So my main goal here is to move it just to my nose and face. That way, if I were to push forward right now, the punch, no matter what happens, is going to come to me. The other side, same idea. Throws the punch, block it in. There's my line in front of my eyes. It's very close. Don't get me wrong. It's close. If she was bigger, I might get peppered by it. But there's a big difference between getting hit here, right, and getting hit here. One's okay-ish, one's not. So chin down the whole time. Punch comes in, boom, there's my line. If I push forward, look what happens off of me, okay? However, throw your jab again. If I were to, can you just leave it for me? If I were to over-rotate, look what happens to me. I've eliminated my ability to be able to work, or overreach, or taken away my ability to throw, okay, and did not shut her down. She can still counter. Likewise, if I do a downward parry, it's the other option I see a lot of. When the punch comes to me and we parry down, that's also punch. Not productive, okay? So I need to make sure that hand goes just across to the inside of the face, okay, covering the center line of the body and the face. So my hands are up, chin is down, she punches once, there's my look, and There's my look. Now, let's go back and talk about zonage and yellow, the yellow zone and the application, okay? Because I get the opportunity to decide when to engage and when not to engage, it also gives me time to process what I'm looking at. Is she throwing one jab? Is she throwing two jabs? Is it a jab followed by a cross? If two warnings, if I go to back up here and she's just punching her hands and working the hands, I'm in trouble because I'm giving her momentum. I've got to shut the momentum down, and the only way to do that, go and punch again, right, is to close that range and distance. By closing that distance, I eliminate her momentum and hopefully turn the tide to my gain momentum. So let's look at this again. From the chin down, here comes the jab. I get to wait, know when to respond. Look what happened. Before the punch came out, I was already in and had that covered, okay? On the cross punch, same idea. Good, you got to back up. You got to reset every time. Okay. All right, so from the yellow zone, whatever you want. I got it. Here's my reads and my look. I get to decide when to go in. I get to decide when to push. Now, I'm going to get somebody to respond, hey, that's not real. Here's the thing. What I'm giving you is that bubbled idea, right? This concept that can be applied multiple ways. It may not be this true full look here, on that hand. I may end up hitting the parry and working something in instead. I may end up doing the cap with it instead and feeling the cap as it punching me. Okay, and just capping the hand with my front hand to make that space. These same skills are applicable from that vertical inside defense work. Okay. Matter of fact, on Wednesday when we come back, throw the jab at me again. We're going to work here and then be able to work point of control from there. Also applying that side control for you. I gave you a lot of info on that vertical inside today. I wanted to make sure that when you're practicing at home, while you're working that at home, same mechanic, 6-inch step. Rotate the back. What you'll notice is the same as the jab, cross, front hand, back hand. And it's still minimal movement. The less movement I make, the faster I am. That's kind of the general rule of thumb. I do want to end tonight with your knowledge domain and make sure we get that right. We'll be hitting your self-defense on Wednesday for you guys. I'll talk less about this work. We'll just work to the vertical defense. And we'll hit that self-defense on Wednesday night for you guys. So we'll come real close for you. Make sure we're on a good page if you want to check it. Make sure I'm getting that right view here. So if you notice our conversation we had on Tuesday or last week, we talked about our assault timeline. And our assault timeline was our pre-conflict state, where we prevent vulnerability and accessibility through the use of barriers and being aware. The main conversation here then is understanding what is a barrier. Let's talk about it. Most criminals usually don't have an alternate plan, but rather an alternate victim. There are 3 barriers to talk about: physical barriers, visual barriers, and situational barriers. A physical barrier is where we use the environment for protection. You lock your doors, you lock your windows. That was the example we used last week in our pre-conflict state. A visual barrier is when you use a confident attitude, body language, and your environment to be seen as a deterrent. So something simple as, in my home, I have holly bushes in front of all my windows, right? Rose bushes and holly bushes, so there's thorns and prickly things. You get that sticker that says that you have a home alarm system. Here's what you don't put: beware of dog. I'd rather than be surprised by having a dog. This house protected by a firearm. Okay, I don't want them to know I've got those. I want them to be surprised. I want to maintain all the advantage I have. Okay, so having just that little bit, but beware. Don't, and we'll talk about that more in a different video. Don't be the super tacked out guy who walks in and scans an area in a space and looks like he's looking for trouble, because then you're going to be looking for trouble. So use that visual barrier. Situational barrier: simply be safety conscious. Be aware of your surroundings. Never put yourself in a position that can compromise your safety, and always let someone know where you're going. That's the key point. My wife is huge on that, and it used to make me insane when we first started dating, because we get in the car and the first thing she would do, and still does it every now, still to this day, she calls her mother. So everybody call your moms. They're missing you. Quarantines, this is rough. But what was great was, even though her mother was 300 miles away, there was somebody who knew where we were going, about what time we'd arrive, when we were going to get home. She could typically get a phone call when we're done with dinner or the movie. And that was very big, because that allowed for somebody, if something were to happen, there's someone in the world that has a starting point that they can reference to work with. So it used to make me insane, because I'm like, I want to talk to you. And she's like, shh, mom. But it goes a long way and carries through with that. So today we got a chance to work our combative work, got some good looks in the straight punches and the round kicks, and introduce you guys to the vertical inside defense. I know I gave you a lot of information on that, but I think information is the key to making all this work. The more you know, less questions you have, then the easier we can effectively apply it. So Wednesday, we'll do more applying. We'll apply it more in our work, and we'll also add the front side bear hug for you as your defense too. So tune in Wednesday for the second half of your level 1 class, and we'll catch you then. Thanks, guys. Come together and get good night, all. Thank you very much.